Hey guys, Lucas Green here, and I am back with another tier list. It's been a while since I did one of these. This one will be about Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla, ranking all the characters from my from my least favorite, or from to see where I put them on the tier list. I was originally gonna do this a top 10, but I decided not to, because like I could get them all out the way with just a tier list. And second of all, this was originally attempted. I had two attempts at doing this recording, and they both got cut off. Apparently, it was due to quality of the recording equipment, but I managed to improve it. So hopefully, we should have a fully functioning video without any interference. Because if I have to, then I'll start all over again. I could edit it, but then I need to do some more hassle. I don't want to go to that trouble. Nonetheless, though, let's get through this. So. We've got 50 characters, we're not doing crossovers, anything like that. Jaehyun is also included in here, so yeah. Nonetheless, let's get through this. Starting off with Azov. He is an okay character. She's okay. I'm putting him in the A tier as of now, but that opinion can change because these might move around. Moving on, we have Bryn. Bryn is actually pretty awesome. I would say I would rather play as her than Azov per se. But to be fair, I've given my Azov the Terminator skin, so he has that going for him. Even though he has the better look, I do prefer his. Basically he has a bow and an axe, while Bryn has an axe and a spear, and I think the spear for me is a more better weapon for me to use. So maybe I am biased to put Bryn a bit ahead of him. Just a smidge. So H there. Artemis, I know a lot of people love Artemis. I'm not really the best with him, but I'm okay with him. But I would rather play as Artemis than Bryn, I suppose. Because Bryn's not my go-to character. But I would easily pick Artemis over them. There we go. So A tier for Artemis. Caspian is a character I've grown to. Originally, I wasn't very good with this guy, but I eventually grew to be better with him. Maybe it's because Diamond Head was there and I managed to play him a bit. But Caspian I've grown to get better at, so behind Artemis. There we go. I may not even put any of the other characters on the lower tiers at all, maybe because they're all that good, but we'll see. Cassidy is up next. She's one of my go-to girls to play as in Brawlhalla, so I will be putting on the S tier for me. And scrolling up, we've got Cross. Cross is another character I grew to be a bit better at, so I have a soft spot for him as well. I'll go S tier, but he'll be at the low end of the S tier for me. So there we go. What we got? Diana is up next. She's not my best character, so I'm inclined to go B tier for her. I rather play as Azov, I think. God, my messages are popping up crazy. But yeah, next we've got Ada. Ada is my favorite character to play as, because if you don't know, like she's basically the crossover of Heat Blast or whatever. And for that knowledge, she was like easily when I played her, she was my easily the best character to play as for me, so I can easily kick butt. So no question about it. Ada's my favorite. Moving on, though, we have Dusk. Now, this isn't my preferred Dusk skin. I like the other one I have for him, but he is a character who's also grown for me. I didn't really like him at first, but again, like Caspian, he's grown. Maybe even more so than Caspian, I'd say, so I put him ahead of him. Wait, go back. Would I play him more than Artemis? I think I would. I don't know, something about him. So yeah, I'll put him above Artemis. Moving on, we've got Ember. Ember's a character I originally thought was really cool, but she has died down on popularity for me, so I will be playing her. Ooh. I'll put her up in front of. Ooh. I'll put her behind Bryn. There we go. Moving on, we've got Fate. So now we're on Fate. Last time I was talking about this, so Fate. She for me, she's gonna go behind. Who would I rather play as more? God. I rather play as Caspian. Bryn. I'll put her in front of Bryn. So yeah, she's a good character. I put her there. Nash is another character I've grown to admire and appreciate, like Caspian, so he's behind Caspian for me. Behind Caspian. There we go. Let's see where I'm at now. Hattori, another one of those go-to characters who I have a lot of skins for, so I have a lot of respect for this character. And she's very popular too, so I'll put her above, in the S tier for me. Before Cross, actually, there we go. Moving on, we've got Isaiah, I believe his name is pronounced. And he's kind of like the Mr. T of the game. So, very cool character. He's going in the A tier for me. Where in the A tier? I'd say. Ooh. Hmm. In front of Caspian. If we can grab him. There we go. Moving on. We've got Jahala, I believe her name is pronounced. And she's another character who's grown to me. Originally, I wasn't very fond of her, but when I skinned her up a bit better and I tried out her moveset, she's actually pretty powerful. So she's going in the S tier for me. So if I can grab her once again, I'm grabbing troubles today. Boy. Just try and move things around. Come on. Let's see. There we go. It's very fiddly. And S tier. I like her more than Cassidy, but not as much as Ada. So she's number 2 right now. Let's see. Next is Jiro, I believe it is. And he's a character I'm okay with. He's not my go-to guy, but he's okay. I'll play more as than Diana. Should I go this way? Okay, but we're not going up per se, so I guess it needs us to move up. Right, there we go. A tier, I'd say. So whereabouts A tier? Caspian, I play. I think I play more than Caspian, more than Isaiah. Artemis, no, I'm not going to go straight on for him. So there we go. Moving on, we've got Beau Devoir, who is a character who has a special spot for me. He's the original character, the first character I played as, obviously, or as everyone will play as. But there's also personal reasons why, because of a specific skin that I like for him. But you know, and I think he's a character who's essentially grown to me a lot. So he's a lovable character. So I'm putting him in the S tier for me. If I can get him. And we go. In front of Cross, I think. There we go. Moving on, we've got Baraza, who's a character who's also grown to me. Originally, I thought he was kind of boring, but when I skinned him up with the Jason Voorhees type skin, he's become one of my go-to characters for a Brawl Ball. So, for that knowledge, he's going in the low section of the S tier. If I can grab him. Again, I've got grabbing troubles today. I need to swipe it up weird. So, there we go. S tier. In front of Cross. Yeah, I'm fine where he is. Moving on down, we've got Kaya, who I thought was a guy at first for some reason, but actually it's a girl. And she's okay. She's an okay character to play as. She's going in the A tier for me. Where will I put her per se? Let's see. I will go with. Where will I put her? So, before Nash, Caspian. Yeah. Isaiah, yeah. Jiro. Okay. Artemis. Just a fun. Ooh. I'm trying to think of what I've got for him. Yeah, I'm gonna put her in front of Artemis actually. That's how good she is. Jiro, I believe his name is pronounced. And he's actually growing a lot in popularity. He originally wasn't much, but he's actually growing a lot in popularity. So he's going to be A tier for me. Uh, Whereabouts? He's got bow and sword. Um, I'm gonna put him maybe I think behind. Hmm. Hmm. This is a tough one because I've also got to think about Kaya there too. Oh boy. Let's see. I've got to think of Orimus and then trying to think. If I put Kaya there, then I'm putting this guy behind Kaya. So come on, heads. There we go. That's where I'm putting my was it Jiro? No, Jiro's the other one. This is Koji. That's what his name is. Koji, I think. Again, if I know these characters' names, but there's so many, it's hard to memorize each name. Core is the golem of this game. He's an okay golem. If he moves. Again, I'm having moving issues. There we go. So scroll him up. I will be putting you in the low end of. I'll put you in B tier, I guess. But I rather play as you than Diana. Next up is Lin Fei, a character who's grown on me, and she's become one of my powerhouses, so she's going in the S tier for me. I underestimated her abilities. For that knowledge. So where in the bats in the S tier? I'm gonna say right behind. Ooh, who's more powerful? I think she's more powerful than Jahala, maybe. So she might be my number two now. Uh, Next up we have Lord Rax. S tier, I would say, for me. When I get to there. Come on. Move the head. Thank you. In the S tier section. Here we go. So whereabouts? Hmm. Hmm. Let's think this through. Ooh, God. I'm gonna put you in front of Cassidy. Right, next up we've got, Asori, and she's a S tier automatically, because she's the very first character I became good at Brawlhalla with. So definitely S tier. Whereabouts? Uh, my, I would put her so far as good as in, third place. I can. That's how awesome she is to me. That I'm generous enough to put in third place. Jahala is probably more powerful, but she has such a special place in my heart that I'm willing to go and put her in the third place for me. Uh, so next up we have Lucian, who's a character who's not my personal favorite, but I will take him over others. So B tier, I would say, in front of Core. Mirage, a character that's kind of okay. A tier for me. For this one. And I believe it's a she, so there we go. Around about. And this will be in front of Artemis, but behind Jiro, perhaps. There we go. Mordex, the werewolf. An okay character. Very iconic, going in the A tier about. Just trying to narrow it down whereabouts I want him. behind Artemis. Next up, we have Nyx. Next, we'll be going about. Let's see. Nyx is a better version of Mirage for me, so I guess that answers a lot. Is he better than Koji? This comes down to me. Remember what Nyx's weapons were. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay, she's more part. I think it's a she. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ooh. I'll put you as number 2 of the A tier. There we go. Pretty, more power, just because I remembered how powerful that character was. Orion! Oh man, if you didn't put him in the S tier, God, will kill a kitten. Very popular, very overused. The community, everyone, so definitely the S tier. And it was thankful that I got him without needing to pay for this guy, so. Whereabouts, per se? I would say he's on the level of past, right behind the story for me. Next up, we have Petra. Don't be confused with the Beast Quest version, but she's more like a Dragon Ball Z character. Definitely an S tier character who grew in power over her time in the game. How much per se? I would say right behind Brawlhalla. Next up, we've got Queen Nai. Not my favorite character to go to, but I'll take her over other ones. She was going in the A tier for me. Where per se about, oh god. Let's see. Right in front, right behind. So Nyx is more powerful. Kaya. Right behind Jiro. No, Koji. That's his name, Koji. So about there. Artemis though. Oh, Artemis is pretty good. So I'm inclined to lower it. Alright, how about there? There we go. Ahead of Jiro. Not be that generous. Ragnar was a character was one of the very first characters I got skins for, so I have kind of a bias to him. So, but his weapons are an axe and I believe I think claws. Yeah, katars. So I guess for me, I'd be generous enough to give him the bottom spot of the A tier. Would I play Azov over him though? Oh boy. I play him more than Azov. I don't think I would actually thinking about it. No, so that's exactly where he's going. Rayman was the promo character, the deal they made to him to get the Brawlhalla going. So I'm not going to put him on the sake of, oh, Rayman's here, so I'm going to put him high up automatically. But no, as a Brawlhalla character, he is pretty powerful. So he's going to go about ahead of maybe the best character of this row. Mordex, I play Rayman more than him. Play more than Artemis. Nick, don't play. Alright, right behind Koji then. There we go. Next up we've got. Oh, what was her name? Oh, I'm trying to remember all their names. Ooh, her name's not coming to me. It's gonna kill me on a. I remember everyone else's name, but not this one. That saddens me. I know I'm gonna remember her name as soon as I get off, but she is a very popular character per se. I'm gonna put her in. Her weapons are a hammer and the lance. So A tier, definitely. Koji, yeah, I'd say she could kick Koji's butt. Um, Kaya could give him some trouble. So I'm gonna put her behind Kaya. Moving on, we've got Sentinel again, a character who holds a soft spot for me. One he has Obama, and he has a skin very similar to Ace, so he looks kind of like the the second Ace character from season 4. So there is some bias for me there. So that knowledge, I'm putting him very high in the A tier, I'd say. About above Kaya. So that's a character that grew for me. I originally said Sentinel was the weakest. Then we have Sidra, who, to me, I didn't really catch this at first, but Adam said she looked like Viper from Lynxie series, which I didn't really catch at first, but kind of, I see where he's getting that vibe from. Uh, so, let's see. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to think why I put Cross so... Oh, I remember now. Another personal reason that I'm not going to get into. Um, let's see. Mm-hmm. I will be generous enough to put not Kaya, Sidra right behind in front of Kaya. Am I happy about that? With all these characters that I've established prior, yeah, I think I'm good with that. Moving on, we've got Sir Roland, pretty powerful character, very powerful. Both of his weapons are pretty beast. I'm generous enough to put this character in the S tier. About where per se? I'm gonna say behind a Tory. Moving on, we have Teros. Okay, this one's going in the S tier automatically due to biased personal reasons. If you don't know me, my sign is the bull or the ox on the Chinese zodiac, so I can't help it. But plus, he's also a pretty good one of the first characters in Brawlhalla. Right, so there we go. Let's see. Whereabouts per se. Hmm. Hmm. I think where he is right now is okay. The last spot of the S tier is okay for me. Oh, Fatch is up next. How many characters we got left? Well, we've got one full row and then we've got Jae Yun. And most of my characters are in the A or S tier, so as you can tell, Brawlhalla does not ruin me at all. So where about would I put him in the S? I'll put him in the S tier. I'm that kind for this pirate. He's gonna go for me. Eh, ahead of Petra. I feel that generous. Scroll on down. We've got 4 next. Oh, Brawlhalla. He's going in the A tier. Now whereabouts? I'm gonna say I will play him more than Sidra. There we go. Next up we have Allrim, who is a Norse character, kind of like Four is. He's like a better version to me than was it Pearl? Or I forget what her name is, but he's a better version than her basically. So I'm going to go that high with him. And then we've got Val, a very good swordswoman. A tier high, about higher than Koji. And then we've got Wu Zhang, mystical elder, very powerful character going in the S tier for that. That's how useful he is. There we go. Whereabouts? Let's see. Just lining them up. For me, he's going about, right behind Brawlhalla. Next up, we've got Zal. Not my go-to character. He's going in the B tier. For me, I would rather play Lucian than this guy. Core. Okay, he's going behind Diana. Actually, he may be my least favorite, actually, thinking about it. Because his weapons are a axe and a cannon. And both the... Yeah, he might be my least favorite. Yumiko is up next. She's pretty powerful, so based on what she can do, she's going in the S tier. If I can get her up there. Whereabouts? I would say behind Sir Roland. Moving on, we've got let's just put them all in the black box section now. Let's see. 5 more to go. Okay, Zerial, I believe he's definitely going in the S tier, no question about it, how powerful he is. So get him lined up. Whereabouts per se? I will put him behind Asori. Vector is up next. Let's see. Going up. Pretty powerful character. S tier for me. Whereabouts? I'm gonna say behind... Ahead of Atori. Moving along, we've got Volkov, I believe his name is. Ahead of Core. Onyx, A tier for me. Jae Yun, he's still new. He'll, just to make fans happy, I'll barely put him make the A tier. I will rather play him than Ragnar, Azov, how generous would I be giving him? Right behind Artemis. That's how kind I'll give him. Onyx. Onyx. Where do you go? Artemis. I would play Onyx more than Artemis. Bit raw. I'm going to go behind Kaya. There we go. I think I've done them all now. Yep, I've done all 50 characters. Okay, and this time I didn't lag, so It's a shame. I had to edit in 2 parts, but I'll edit it together. And there we have my ranking for all 50 characters. Ada is number 1. You got Lin Fei, number 2. Asori is 3. Zerial 4. You can see that we're up. Orion 5, makes sense there. Brawlhalla, yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm not going to go on with numbers, but you can see where they are at, because like if we did, we'd be all day. But, I think I'm happy with every character ranked, really. So there's the S tier. There is the A tier. As you can tell, I didn't put any of the characters in like the lower tiers, as they really did not bother me that much. They weren't like F bad or C bad. That's just characters I prefer. And yeah, there's a lot of characters in the A tier. But I'm surprised how many characters are in the S tier. Like 3, 6, 9, 10, like 14 odd, I'd say. And most of them are in the A tier, and they're pretty okay. And there are only 5 made it in the B tier, so that's pretty impressive for me. And I was surprised that Zol was my least favorite. So yeah, I'm really impressed with how it came out. So all these other tiers, D, C, E, and F, were not necessary for me. I think I pulled off a good tier nonetheless. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm planning to do something new. Nothing new, not like new content per se, but basically it's, as you've noticed recently, I've been doing Rambo Raffle. Basically every time I do Lego Customs, then I go into doing lots of Rambo Raffle Live stuff. I'm still trying to get those videos all done with. Now, to make it easier for myself, I think what I'm going to do is change the formula up a bit. I'm going to do the Rambo Raffle Live stuff, the Rambo Raffle Live re-uploads first, and then I will do the Lego Customs then, because that way they'll be up higher and easier to find for me to get their thumbnails redone and stuff. So I'm going to be switching it around a bit. So the Rambo Raffle re-uploads will come first, and then around later on today, at some point, I will do the Spider-Man September videos for the September stuff. Nonetheless, that'll be all for me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Like always, I'll see you in the next one. So next time, like always, peace.